Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It's another brand new day. A Sunday morning, I imagine. Hopefully. I say hopefully because I get confused when I'll boot up my computer, and then it'll sometimes immediately crash in the power on self-test, and then I have to go into the BIOS, and it'll recover all the CMOS info just by going into the BIOS. Then I leave the BIOS, and then I boot up into Windows, and Windows by that time is completely confused. It tells me the wrong date, the wrong time. And this morning, well, normally I just hit adjust date and time, turn off the internet time thing, because it just checks once. The very first time that you say, hey, use the internet time, it says, okay, it looks once, never again, never again, never again will it check. So it's happy to report the day and time being wrong because it will never check again. So you have to turn off the internet time thing and then turn it back on. Then it goes, oh, okay, zoink, checks. Will never check again until you turn it back off and on again. So I got a little confused on time and date. I do that. My apologies. Especially since this morning it was not talking to the Microsoft servers and I had to set the date and time on my own, and hopefully I've got it done correctly. Yay. And of course on the Shelton, Washington, United States of America weather, plague, rat, and spider report. Weather-wise, it's hard to say. It could be gray. I haven't been outside. It's bright-ish because, sunlight may sit through clouds, so there's sun, but the sun comes up behind the trees and the mountains later. So I can't really tell, and I haven't been outside, so there's light. We are orbiting a giant flaming radioactive ball of death, so there's light. But whether or not it's gray at my local cloud cover state, I don't know. On the plague rat report, well, on June 26th, there was a face mask mandate went in place in Washington state because things are bursting out of control. A month ago in Mason County where I live, there were 33 cases. When I checked last night, 46. Slow burn, but it's picking up speed. And right now, because we've had so many hot spots in Washington state, all of our beds are used up. Just like in places like Texas and Florida. So, thumbs up. Now, if you go out in public and you're not around people, you don't have to have a mask on your face. So if you were out driving in Shelton and you live in Shelton, and I've got at least one viewer that is, so cool. You will likely, if you just see me walking along the roads, not wearing a mask. Because if there's nobody around, I don't wear one. But if I cannot avoid groups of people, it's on, and then it's on. And every time I've gone into a store, once I started wearing a mask, it was on every time I've been around people. Every time I've gone into any store at all, there's been a mask on me. Very few on other people, which I'll come back to this if I can remember. But in Safeway, everybody had the mask. Fewer people than normal, because I quite imagine that those people who hate the mask mandate just didn't bother putting on a mask, or so pissed they're not going to do it, and so just avoiding the store rather than fight at the doorway. So it was fewer people than normal. Absolutely everyone wearing a mask. I had this fight with a moment of near hysterical laughter. Just about. If I had started laughing, I wouldn't have been able to stop for quite some time. So it was a bit dangerous, but it was like, finally, it took this to make people take it seriously. And just how surreal it was walking through the sparse store with so few people and everybody with masks. It's just, I could feel it welling up inside. It was a weird feeling. But at least everyone's wearing a mask. But someone had pointed out that trying to get American citizens to wear a mask by trying to be considerate to your fellow citizens was the wrong way to play it. You know, you got to listen to the room. And in the United States, after 40 years of the Reagan GOP in power, where they started off, I mean, they kicked off the greed is good, selfishness is good era of the 80s. And the people behind the scenes have never gone away. They're still there. So, yay on that. But, life is life. So, let me look on my topics list. I don't have much. I've just got a little bit. Because I talked about, hey, everyone on masks and all that. One thing I do want to talk about, because it's really, really silly, as well as having some things on the side to talk about if I remember those things. I don't know if you like to look at memes. Hopefully I've got this. I don't know what the big buff there, but you know, there's the Shiba Inu dog, and there's the meme of the big buff Shiba with just the cartoon dog, and then there's the other tiny dog that's another Shiba, but it's like leaning and looks real sad, and they've drawn a tear for its eye, and they use that meme to be like, you know, the big buff thing, big buff dog with the text underneath it of, oh, you're not going to keep us from going out into the world, you're stopping us, masks are deplorable, you will not stop our freedom. And then the little dog over there with a tear under its eye with the caption, oh, come on guys, the government says that there's a curfew, you need to go home. And so that's the kind of meme. Hopefully, like I say, I've got the pictures of it. But the thing is that Cheem's dog, which is the name of the other dog in meme talk, there's actually real pictures. And he's a good boy. He's a good dog. There's nothing wrong with the dog on its own. They just adapted and moved the picture a bit and then drawn stuff to make it look even sadder. So Cheems is a good boy. It's just for the meme been manipulated. And, my nose. Yeah, my nose. With this big old red stuff right here, because there's damage to my skin of my nose because of my sleep apnea mask pressing up there. It kills the skin, so it stays red all day because it's healing because the skin was dying. So that's great. And I got a zit coming in inside here, so it's really sore inside there. So, yay. Oh, my poor beak. Thumbs up for that. One thing I did want to, because I said I wanted to talk about this, it's really, really silly. It has nothing to do with anything, and so that's why I'm going to talk about it. I've mentioned before that I have to wear support stockings. These are those support stockings. I need to get new ones. They're starting to get, puffed out, but they're tight and they squish the blood out of the lower part of your body. Cellulitis is a horrific infection. It's a staph infection, but if you get a cut on your skin and the normal bugs that live on the surface of your skin, like here, I got cut here. There's staph all over the place. My immune system is good enough now that this causes me no issues. I got cut and I'm fine, not a problem. For a good 10 years and so, because I was extremely overweight and I was an alcoholic, so I phased from being an alcoholic to being extremely overweight, both of which damage your immune system. And I got cellulitis, which is a horrific disease, as mentioned, the staph on your skin, but it can catch and kill you fast. It starts off a localized, well, you know how when you get a cut, if it gets red around it, that's the localized infection. That's normally what happens. But cellulitis, it doesn't stay localized. That swelling, that redness stretches from your wound to the entire limb. And if you don't take care of it, it infects your blood. And then you've gone septic, and then you die. So cellulitis is something you have to take serious, very, 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 very serious. And I got it so bad and so many times that it burnt out the lymph system in my lower legs. Now, your lymph system, oh, being pedantic is so much fun. Your lymph system is a secondary circulatory system that runs through your entire body. You've got your veins and your arteries, but your lymph system is a circulatory system, again, that runs between all that, and it runs between your cells, and it helps manage the transport of fluids. It helps have a highway for a lot of your immune system cells to go traveling through. And then you'll have your lymph nodes where those immune system cells stay. Like you have a whole bunch of glands up here. If you've ever wondered why a doctor or a nurse will go like this, it's to see if your lymph nodes are swollen, because those bugs get, well, your immune system goes out, grabs the bugs, and then drags them back to the place and slaughters them. So you can get very infected cells as they're doing their job. I got cellulitis so bad once that on the inside of my inner thighs, it looked like someone had taken an iron and just seared the inside of my legs. It was black where the lymph nodes were. And since that time, I have had massive swelling problems. The lymph system in my lower legs is getting better. I used to have to take diuretic tablets, water pills, to get the fluid out of me. Now I can usually manage that with diet. But I still have to wear the stockings to squash the fluid back up out of my feet and my lower legs, because otherwise gravity does this to everybody. Everybody's limbs normally swell because gravity's pulling the fluid downward all the time. But when you don't have a lymph system, it doesn't get pulled back up and out, and I get swollen meat pumpkins for feet, and my legs just get thick, and it's not good. So you gotta wear the stockings. Thumbs up for that. I'd say it's like hell getting old, but it's not an age thing. That's a burned out my lymph system thing. I mean, you can have people that are in their 20s that have to wear support stockings because they burnt out their lymph systems. Unfortunately, it happens. Life is life, though. What else do I have on my list? Oh, well, yeah. There is one thing. Somebody left a comment where if you look at it, it seems like it's kind of an honest question, but there's also a lot of kind of digging into it so that it's like it's designed to hurt. So I don't know how much of an honest question it is, but they mentioned that, your reaction videos used to get so many views, but now taking a look at your views, you get hardly anything. And yeah, that's true. By any metric, my channel is dead. You're supposed to, by conventional YouTube wisdom, about 10% of your subscriber count in views. If you don't, your channel is basically dead. Now, I'm lucky if I break 500 views on a good video. So if I had 5,000 subscribers, that would be about it. But I just recently broke the 200,000 subscriber mark, and I'm lucky if I break 500 views on a video. Now, I'm not in it for the fame, the fortune, the money, the drugs, the power. No. I mean, that'd be nice if I got all that. But this has been primarily just for my recovery. And monetarily, there's been very, very little change. Because my reaction videos, they're fun, but it's copyrighted material. And you don't get paid for copyrighted material. So I can get a video with 50, 60,000 views on it and not get paid a penny. And that's what was happening. So I make anywhere from like 30 to, on average, 30 to 80 bucks a month from YouTube. I can't count on a regular thing, but it's anywhere from 30 to 80. Sometimes it's been less. Sometimes it's been more. A couple of years back, I was averaging about 120 right around this one Christmas period. That was nice. It really helped. But right now, yeah, it's anywhere from 30 to 80. Which, if you average it out, it's always been. So it's not like not doing reactions has hurt me monetarily. I'm making just as much now from YouTube as I was then. So, again, if I could do reactions, I probably would. Just because needing to feel. But after starting therapy, I'm feeling so much now that I'm still dealing with 35 years of emotional stuff that normally you would have 35 years to deal with, and it's been 2 years. I have just now gotten to the point that I've been able to go through my wife's stuff, and she died 6 years ago. There's a lot inside here that there's no room for song stuff to get in. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, I'm just thanking you for having left one. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. And even though I can't American Sign Language, well, with my depression and fibro, I'm lucky I can remember anything at all. Getting better all the time, but Christian Lewis, thank you very much. And Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. The first one out, greatly appreciated. And Russian timing. Well, hopefully, I don't know what I meant by that, but thank you. And yeah, Confused Owl 29, good to see you back. And boy, oh boy, that's going to be fun. Kathy Kiss Cat, thank you and greatly appreciated. Esteban, thumbs up and thank you. We have Kuru, thumbs up and thank you much. Lil Jeep, greatly appreciated. Ollie B, greatly appreciated. And Argif, thumbs up and thank you. Fergust, FRGST, greatly appreciated. Shadowban Beta Count, how about that? And then we have Daryl Spur, thumbs up and thank you. Henry Giovanetto, thumbs up and thank you. We have Colin Reisenauer. Then there's Marky89, thumbs up. And Tommy Copeland, greatly appreciated. UF Coffee, thumbs up and thank you. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. And then we have Headshot Pro 1459, thumbs up. We have Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Android Phobe, thumbs up. Hishi Alaya, greatly appreciated. And Potatotron, thumbs up and thank you. Each and every one of you, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Whether I thank you by name or I was unable to respond, it is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you could, check out my various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you want to help me out, but you didn't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. That would be very awesome if you could check that out. And if you wanted to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence, a definite thumbs up, and of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. Oh, that was awful. Hit that bell. That was a little better. That would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, good golly, Miss Molly. At first I was behind, but then I quickly rushed things, and now I'm ahead of the schedule clock thing again, which happens. Cool. On my list, all I have is role-playing game stories. One day I'm going to talk about those again, as well as more of my United States Air Force military times. I'm actually getting better at remembering some things. For years now, trying to remember some things, and if I couldn't remember perfectly, would cause intense anxiety to the point I just stayed away from even trying. A lot of that anxiety is gone now, and I'm able to think about those periods again, which includes a lot of my United States Air Force military time. So thumbs up. You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Justice for far too many names. I don't have enough room to fit them all. 1312, and I will see you on the flip side, my friend.